on with the buyer?
Well, no, see, the agreement that I have with the buyer, I've been working with this guy probably now about 2.5 months. And the agreement that I have with him is that I will preview every property first before I show it to him. So like I said, I'm only gonna need about 5 minutes of your time, and I would love very much just to come and see the property. So 1 o'clock today, or is 4 o'clock better for you?
1 o'clock is better.
Okay, terrific. I'll be there about 1 o'clock. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. See
Okay.
you soon.
Yes, you will. All right, now I'm in the house. We're walking around the house, and I'm doing my best to build rapport. Oh wow, I see your son played soccer.
Yeah, he's been playing for about a year now.
Yeah, my son played soccer too. Boy, I can remember being out in that field in the most horrible weather. These kids playing soccer.
Yeah, what these kids put me through, man. But
Did,
okay.
Did you ever coach the team?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I was just the soccer mom, pretty much.
You know what? They wanted me to coach the team, and I could deal with the kids. I couldn't deal with the parents.
I understand.
Yeah, so I chose to do it. So I'm gonna go through it. I'm just gonna make small talk like that, and just have a couple of laughs, and we're walking out. Now I've seen the whole house. Lyons, your house is absolutely beautiful. I really love it.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, it's not for my current buyer. He really was looking for like a big kitchen. They do a lot of entertaining, and he was hoping for a bigger kitchen. However, I would be more than happy to bring somebody if I do find somebody looking for the house, because the house is absolutely beautiful. So again, I just want to thank you for the showing.
Sure.
And I do appreciate your time very much. Now I'm on my way out the door. Yeah, Lion, let me ask you a question. If I could give you some hints about working with buyers, it'll only take me about 10 minutes and it won't cost you a dime. Would you like to hear about it?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Now, that gives me my invitation back into the house, right? I say, Lion, thank you so much. Listen, when you think about it, most buyers are looky-loos. In fact, statistically, most buyers don't buy a home for 6 to 9 months once they start looking. In fact, as a realtor, I only get 1 out of 25 calls are actually from qualified buyers. Did you realize that?
No.
And as most of them are looky-loos. The other possibility is you can have people coming in looking for decorating tips. You can have people coming in to lowball. You can have investors. You could potentially even have thieves coming in to see the property. Have you thought about that?
No, not really. I'm just trying to sell the house.
So my question is, who actually protects you now, to make sure that the right people are coming in to see the house? Because which would you prefer? Would you like to have decorators coming in, or lowballers, investors, potential thieves, or would you rather have qualified buyers?
Qualified buyers.
I don't blame you. Now let me ask you something else. Let me ask you a question. If I would take your listing today, let's say at 0%, would you be willing to list at that point?
Yeah.
So in other words, you're kind of ready to list your house. The only thing we have to discuss at this point is negotiating my fee for service.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, so what I've done there, what did I actually accomplish by doing that?
Tied up.
Was that?
Tied up.
Yeah, what else? What have I done?
You open the
Is it
door.
tie-down
You've
question?
opened the door for a negotiation for fee.
I've opened up the door for negotiations. I've done a trial close. My trial close has let me know what?
You can close.
It's let me know that this guy, he is ready to list as long as I can get over the hurdle. And the hurdle basically right now is simply what? My commission.
Yes.
So let me ask you a question, Linus. If I gave you a Rolex watch, and I gave another Rolex watch to the jewelry store down the street, who do you think could sell that watch for the most money in the quickest period of time?
A jewelry store.
Why?
They have the clientele. And it's also going to be sold quicker. They have more traffic than I do.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. The fact is, I have no idea if Rolex watches are worth 10 times what other watches are worth. But I do know this. When I put my sign in front of your house, your house becomes a Rolex house. Okay, so again, what is the purpose of that? Even though I call it a Rolex close, it's really not a close. What is the purpose of that? What am I trying to do?
Adding value to your service.
I'm adding value to my service, but what's the most important thing? Remember, I'm planting seeds in his head.
You're showing that you can do a far better job than what he's doing right now.
Exactly, far better job. Why?
Because you sell houses.
Because I market.
Yeah.
The whole point of the Rolex close, remember, so when you deliver this close, remember I talked about starting with the end in mind? The whole purpose of this close is to get him to realize the need for marketing. Alright? And he's just told me, basically, why marketing is important. He said it. I didn't say it. Remember, if I say it, he's not going to believe it. If he says it, he's going to believe it. He's told me, in so many words, the need for marketing. Right? He understands that the jewelry store is going to sell it, and I've even asked him why. He says, well, the jewelry store has the clientele. You know, when I put that sign in front of your house, why does your house become a Rolex house? Well, I'm on the boulevard here. I've got foot traffic that walks past here. I've got clientele built in coming and looking for properties. You don't. In fact, I saw your house. The only reason I knew your house was for sale is I drove by it. Most people drive by your house at 30 miles an hour. Let me ask you a question. If you drove by a house at 30 miles an hour, would you remember the phone number?
No.
Would you even see the phone number?
No.
So people could be driving past your house willing to buy it, and because you're in a one-way street, they can't even stop back up or do a U-turn. Does that make sense? So that's the whole purpose of that close, and that's what you have to understand about that. Is my whole goal with the Rolex close is to get them to understand the need for marketing. All right. So we move on from there. So let me ask you a question. Are you aware that 95% of all homes that sell with the aid of a realtor? No. Give you a true statistic actually this is from 2012, and it's the most recent statistic. The average home in the United States sold for sale by owner for $174,900. That same exact house sold with the aid of a realtor for $215,000. So if you do the math, and even if you take a full 6% commission for that $215,000, that seller still netted more than they would have netted on their own. So the fact is, working with a realtor will actually net you more money than you can if selling your house on your own. So what if I could actually get you more money than if you sold on your own?
Sounds great.
Okay, if I got pushback at that point, if he didn't say sounds great, if he says, I don't know, I mean, if he's expressing doubt to me at that point, I'm going to ask very simply, yeah, but what if it worked? I mean, what if I was really able to get you more money for your house than you could if you were selling on your own? What if it worked? So let me ask you another question. How many people get on a plane every day and go to Las Vegas and they expect to come home winners? I don't know either. But most of them expect to come home winners, and very few of them do. We know that because the Las Vegas casinos are able to put up all that decor, give away free drinks, free buffets, and everything else. In fact, they make billions of dollars in profit every single year. So let me ask you another question. If selling your home on your own is a gamble that only has a 95% chance of succeeding, don't you think it's time to stop and end this gamble